And I think a lot of times as first time authors, we kind of come into it feeling like we ourselves are not enough, that our natural default writing style is not enough. So we have imposter syndrome that says, who are you to write this book? Or why do you think you're good enough to be competing with so and so? And we get all in our head and we go down this ugly rabbit hole of just all these self-doubts and limiting beliefs. And then we start to write differently because we don't trust our own natural instincts. And when we start to write differently, we start to create that horrible scene where now what people know us for and what people are reading are not matching. And so what I tell folks is it's not necessarily as much about the language that we use or the examples that we share or the style of our writing, but it's about being as natural and true to your own authentic voice right out of the gate. So if you by default, and we work with a lot of people with PhDs, so they have been beaten into writing in a specific style. And so in those instances, me trying to fight with the academic to change their natural writing style is not really going to serve anybody if that's kind of the style that their audience already kind of expects, that more kind of intellectual type of writing approach. Or like with my books, I'm working on my 7th one right now. All of my books are 100% the way I speak. So it's like what you see is what you get. So if you pick up my book, everyone always says it sounds like you're talking directly to me. And I'm like, that's exactly the point. Because if I tried to write in an academic way, I would be banging my head against the keyboard over and over again, and it would be painful and nothing would ever come out. And it's reverse for those that do write in a more structured or academic way. If they had to write conversational and that's not their default, they would have the same experience. So for me, it's not necessarily the language in which we are using, but it's more that communication style that we default have. Because when everything is, there's a synergy to it where you're an amazing speaker and an amazing writer, or even if you're a boring speaker and a boring writer, if you have that expectation set and people are still attracted to you because you write in a very kind of not too spicy way, there's still going to be an audience of people who are looking specifically for that. So it's a matter of that consistency to just kind of be that same style wherever you show up. And I think the people who struggle with this are the oftentimes where they're either on either extreme of that, and they're kind of like their writing's on one side and the speaking's on the other, and people are like, what the heck just happened here? Or, you know, the same with the book.